Hey guys, what's going on? In this video, we're going to be checking out another release from the folks over at Monogram International. This would be the X-Men Collector's Keyrings. We're also going to be having a look at an entire case of these, so much like all the other Monogram reviews, sit down, relax. We're going to have a nice long video as we go through each individual bag, showcasing the entire line of the X-Men Collector's Keyrings. Here's the front of the bag, or one of the bags. You see 9 characters on the front. You get actually a total of 11 figures actually on the back, 5 and 6, 11. And the cast of characters include Professor X, Wolverine, Beast, Storm, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Colossus, Psylocke, Jubilee, Exclusive A, and Exclusive B. Now, Exclusive A looks like it could be a variation, perhaps, of Jean Grey. It'd be neat if it was actually Rogue. And clearly, it looks like Exclusive B is a variant of Wolverine. To check out more fantastic collectibles from the folks over at Monogram International, head over to www.monogramdirect.com. I specifically like this line of collectibles because these are all showcasing the 90s X-Men designs, which is my favorite X-Men designs of all time. So that being said, let's go ahead and grab a knife. I'm going to use Old Red, I think, for this review. And we're going to go ahead and open up the first bag and all the bags afterwards until we have ourselves an entire wave. First things first, this may actually have been, I'm looking at the back, we've already got ourselves Exclusive B right there. It's brown costume Wolverine, brown and yellow costume to be exact. And I'm guessing it's probably going to be the exact same mold as the yellow costume Wolverine, which funny enough, they say brown and yellow. I mean, he still has yellow in this outfit. That is so cool. Look at this awesome looking Wolverine. These guys' claws retracted outward. Brown belt and his brown, well, red belt, brown mask and yellow mask. It's a nice sturdy, you've seen enough of these reviews to know the quality of these pieces. If you are fairly new to Monogram, it's almost like a very strong, like durable kind of rubber-like material. So these guys stand up. The back there says X-Men and it says Marvel made in China. Get your keyring sunken into the little hole loop there on Wolverine's head. He has healing factor, so don't worry, he won't feel it. That's a good way to start. Already we got Exclusive B right there. Let's see who's going to go along with the Exclusive Wolverine as we open up the next bag. And inside what we have is Psylocke. Glorious looking color with the vibrant purple and the blue. The little red on her belt really adds a little extra pop of color. I like the coloring also in her lips. I love the Pac-Man eyes that they give these keyrings here. They've even gone ahead and sculpted the hair on the back, which is a nice touch as well. Dare I almost say that might so far be my favorite. I know you're thinking Wolverine. That's a no-brainer. I like the coloring though of Psylocke here. By the way, if you are looking for these, you can find them at your local comic book stores. I've already started seeing these show up, and retail stores got them as well. So they're fairly easy to find. Next we have 80s Beast, or 90s Beast, I guess. 90s from, yeah, it would be the 90s. It actually so happens that this was when I was most into X-Men, was the Jim Lee era. And I even had a subscription where I would get the X-Men comics delivered to my door. I'd have the blue comic, the blue X-Men group, and then I had the gold X-Men group, Uncanny and X-Men respectively, delivered to my house every single month. So I have a personal soft spot when it comes to the Jim Lee design. I think Beast looks really good. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but it's a nice dark, rich blue that they've used for his fur. Of course, the pop of the yellow in his belt, and the mane. If you would want to call it a mane, it's a very similar hairstyle to Wolverine. Almost like he's got his arm on his leg, and he's about to have all the youngins sit down as he tells a tale. Let me tell you a tale about the adventures of the X-Men. That's what he's saying. Let's go ahead and open up the next bag. This is bag number 4, by the way. I know you guys love when I do these unboxings. Also, let me know what your favorite figure is from this release. Of course, we only have looked at 3 so far, so you might have to wait to weigh in on that. Next one we have is another Beast, which looks great too. They could also release this guy as the gray variant Beast, also as a possibility. I think the last time I counted these out, there's about 24 in a box. And we got ourselves another beast. It so happens that we just happen to grab 3 beasts in a row. But at least the fact that you've got, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, right? 11, 6, yeah, 6, 5, 11. That's simple math, guys. The fact that there's only 11 and there's 24 bags, you're going to get yourself a full set. And I have yet to actually come across a box, in all the times doing these unboxings, where I've yet to come up with an unfinished wave. I always generally get to all of them, including the exclusive A, exclusive B, which only tend to be the variants, and obviously the harder to find ones. They're usually only 1 per case. So exclusive A gets 1, exclusive B gets 1. Those might be the harder ones to come by, but all the other figures, you generally at least get 1 or 2 of them. So it's pretty easy to find these. As we've been talking away, or as this fellow's been talking away, we managed to get ourselves another Psylocke. What I specifically like so much about the Jim Lee also designs of the 90s X-Men is that they were all vibrant colors. They weren't just like the Ultimates where they were all like black leather outfits. They had vibrant colors. Some of my favorite designs were the Rogue, Jean Grey, Cyclops. Professor X had that really cool hovering, well, he's right there, he's right down there, the hovering yellow wheelchair. There is yellow costumed Wolverine to go perfectly, and I actually thought it was going to be the same mold. Boy, do I have egg on my face, because even on the packaging, you can see that clearly one of the arms on exclusive, actually both arms on the exclusive are down, versus the normal Wolverine has the claws up, or the arms up. So you can see the difference in between the two. A much sterner face on this one. He has a more sad face. I wonder why. Maybe because he's only 1 per case. It's okay, exclusive Wolverine. It's okay. I personally really like the brown costume Wolverine myself. Let's open up the next bag. And we've got ourselves the variant. That works out perfectly. The variant of Jean Grey. And this so happens to be Phoenix, Jean Grey, versus the regular X-Men costumed Jean Grey. Look how fiery her hair is. It's just kind of flowing like fire. They still managed to sculpt in the belt, which looks nice. The crest of the Phoenix on the front there. There's the back. Very nice coloring. You know, I'm just kind of thinking to myself, a couple of things actually. I'm wondering what I'm going to have for dinner, and I'm thinking I'm leaning more towards mac and cheese. But that's not really the main thing I was thinking about. I was thinking about, I can't think of a set of figures, the mini collector keyrings here, that I'm enjoying as much as these ones. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying myself over the course of this review, where I'm every time I'm opening a new bag and I'm coming across a new figure, I'm thinking, wow, these are nice, bright, colored figures based on characters and an era that I like the most. It may possibly be my favorite collector's keyrings. You can quote me on that. So essentially, I'm quoting you that you can quote me on that quote, and that's like 2 quotes. The next one, let's see if we can get some other ones here. Like Professor X, we'll still have to get a Storm, a regular Jean Grey, Cyclops, Colossus. Also there's that Jubilee, but we did manage still to get both exclusive, so we don't have to really worry about hunting those down. Next one we have is Storm, leader of, I think it was X-Men Gold, the Gold team, which I guess was Uncanny X-Men, I believe. And Cyclops was the leader of the Blue X-Men team, which was Uncanny X-Men. I think that's right. I probably am wrong. There's Storm nonetheless. Maybe Storm was Uncanny X-Men, the Gold X-Men group. There's Storm, though, in her 90s outfit. Got some lightning bolts sticking out from her. She's summoning lightning after all, guys. Where do you think it comes from? The sky. Nice coloring going on for Storm here. Mostly white in the coloring here. But looks pretty good, though. Yeah, I think Storm was Uncanny X-Men. I wouldn't for the life of me try to entertain the idea of listing all the characters in each of the teams, because I'm probably going to have it wrong. But I feel like it was like Rogue, Cyclops, Jean Grey, I think Colossus was part of Uncanny along with Storm. I'm basically just pulling this off of my memory. I could research it. I could just literally pause the video, go research it, and come back. That's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about fun collectibles from Monogram. So we'll just continue on with this video. I'm sure somebody will let me know down below. Another Storm we can add to the list. That now makes 2 Storms, by the way. And go through the next bag. Managed to get ourselves another Wolverine. That gives us now 2 Wolverines per this set. I would imagine that Wolverines would be a given figure that they would probably have more than one in per case. That is a popular character. Even back then, Wolverine was a popular character. Now we are getting a little bit different. We've got ourselves a very happy, oh, that's interesting, very happy Cyclops. If you look at the packaging, though, somehow between packaging and the finalized figure, they decided to give him a smile. That's interesting. I wonder why they opted to give him a smile versus the packaging that just has the straight line across, indicating that he's not really smiling. He's just either concentrating, he's got his mind elsewhere, he's thinking about other stuff. Maybe he's thinking about mac and cheese as well. I don't know. I imagine more than one person is probably thinking about mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is delicious. The next bag gives us another Storm, which I believe is actually now 3 Storms in this case. 3 total Storms, which actually is tied for, well, tied in the same place as Beast and also Psylocke, who both of them also have 3 per case. Oh, there's still more, gentlemen. Those about to think that this video was over, there's still more. There is still many, many more to go through. We have another Wolverine. In the back of my mind, above and beyond thinking about mac and cheese, I'm also thinking to myself my favorite figure, and I keep kind of looking over at the pile over here to try to gauge in my mind like an order of sequence, like who's my favorite, who's my second favorite, who's my third favorite. Oh, look at this one. Here we have Jubilee. A character that really doesn't, I don't think gets much in the way of attention nowadays. Back in the day, even in the 90s X-Men cartoon, she played a significant role. Not as much over the course of the actual episodes, but near the beginning, she played a big role. I like that's something that I miss nowadays. Like plastic trench coats. I don't know what material that was for a trench coat. And pink shades. So 90s. I mean, basically, head to toe, this character is 90s. Even though I said 80s initially. Let's do a quick tally. We're missing a Professor X, we're missing a Colossus, and that's it. We have all the other ones. So we're getting down to the wire. We have another Cyclops. Another Cyclops. He didn't actually make that noise. I threw that in there. Do you have a budget for that? No, it came from my mouth. I didn't spend any money on that other than just exerting the effort of closing my lips and just having sound escape it. There's Colossus, which now I think leads us only down to the leader or the mentor. Professor X is the only one we haven't gotten yet in this set. Colossus is like, "Yes, I'm not the last," says he. Would have been neat if they had actually put the lines, like the metal lines in his body. Classic Colossus. One of my favorite, and it's not really so much from that era, but one of my favorite X-Men cartoons was actually not the 90s X-Men cartoon, but Pride of the X-Men. Oh, we did actually miss Jean Grey. That's the only other one we didn't get. Because we did get Phoenix Jean Grey. Let's actually grab her over here. Now we have all of them. Different hair sculpt. Face sculpt is about the same sort of lips and eyes. The body is drastically different, as you can see. The pose is also drastically different. Looks very good, I might say. Very good indeed. And that also finishes off this set. Now, I would be no Burgermeister Burger by not opening up the rest of these bags. What did he just reference? Santa Claus is coming to town. You're welcome. Just throwing that stuff out there. Next we have is another Colossus. That now gives us 2 Colossus. Would that make us Colossi? No, it wouldn't. His name hasn't changed just simply because it's more of one of more quantity than just the one. It still is Colossus. It's 2 Colossus, not Colossi. We have ourselves another Jean Grey. And I think the only one that we don't have a double of yet is Jubilee, right down here. Of course, the exclusives, as I've mentioned, will only come 1 per. And we don't have a Professor X. Now we do. And now, actually, we are finished the set. I, for some reason, thought we were finished the set before we got Jean Grey. And also before we got Professor X. Now I can safely say 135% we have finished the set. I feel like a sense of pride. Pride, I think, is the word I would use. I was trying to think of another word. No, I think I would use pride in this instance. Very prideful, full of pride that I've managed to finish off the whole set. Here we have Professor X in his hovering chair. The hovering chair makes the sound of... That actually doesn't really quite sound like what that hovering chair would... I think it's actually whisper quiet. If he moved across the floor and snuck up to you in the kitchen, you were maybe stealing something from the snack bar. They do have a snack bar, by the way, at the Professor X School of the Gifted. He would just sneak up to you. He would also kind of... He really even wouldn't have to sneak up onto you. He could just kind of go like this to his mind. And he would instantly know that Wolverine has raided his selections of jerkies, and he knows Wolverine loves his beef jerky, so he's always like, Wolverine, I know you're eating that jerky. Wolverine all of a sudden is now alerted in the kitchen. He's like, wait, what? No, I'm just in the kitchen. I was grabbing a glass of water. No, I can see you in my mind. I know you're eating my teriyaki beef jerky. I don't appreciate it, Wolverine. I would prefer if you put the rest away and leave the kitchen immediately. Ah, shucks. End scene. There we have 2 Professor X's. I guess it would still be, would it still be 2 Professor X? It's not really plural because it's the same character. And this is now the last bag. Take it all in, guys. One big... final bag. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I love these. These are probably one of my favorite collector key rings released from Monogram. And we're going out in style. 90s galore. There's Jubilee once again. Looking at the selection that we have available, I still think that one of my favorites is Psylocke. Now I'm going to put her here. She is not necessarily my favorite. I have to still kind of weigh it out in my mind. I also quite like Jean Grey, regular Jean Grey. And another one I like is, I'm going to go with brown costume Wolverine. So of the 3, I might say that Psylocke is my favorite from this entire wave. What's your favorite, as I pose to the viewing audience? What's your favorite figure from this line of collector's key rings? Let me know down below. In the meantime, today we were checking out the brand new, just released, the brand new Monogram International Marvel's Collector's Keyrings featuring 90s X-Men. Love 90s X-Men. If you love 90s X-Men, certainly hit this video with a like. And hey, if you'd like to check out more Monogram International stuff, because you're thinking, I really like what they're putting out there. I'd like to see more of this. Well, there is more of this on this channel, as you can head over to the Monogram International playlist and check out all the older videos that I've done showcasing Monogram stuff. There's a whole ton of them. Go check out those videos if you like and watch them to your heart's content. As always, guys, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you guys next time for more videos.